Yo, what's up, fellas? Welcome back to another episode from the sideline. I'm your host, Troy. And I'm back with Theo, baby. What's up, Theo?
What's up with it? What's up with it?
Theo back in the Theo
How y'all boys
building.
doing?
After what, Theo? 6 months? Like
It's been a
6
minute.
months, Theo?
It's been a minute.
Oh my God, it's been a minute, Theo. I'm glad to have my best basketball expert back in the house, the player himself, Theo. We got Mulich back in the building. Sorry, Mulich, I didn't give you an intro. We got Mulich back in the building, man. I give you one
Yeah.
too,
What up, man? How y'all doing, dog?
Chilling.
You feel me? I'll give you one too, man. We're back in the building. Excited to be here. I just want to say, if you're clicking on this video after the live, make sure you hit that like button, man. Hit that like button, hit that sub button if you ain't subscribed. Even if you're watching a clip, you better hit that damn like button, all right? And hit that sub button. But how you guys doing? How you enjoying the NBA so far, Theo?
It's an exciting season, man. A lot of damn points, but it's an exciting season, man. I like the way it's going.
Everybody just dropping.
Superstars are being superstars too, so I like that.
Everybody's just dropping 50 points, 60 points. It don't matter. How
you
many?
Get you get a bucket.
We had some really good, last 10 games. You could point to Luka's, you could point to Brunson's. Tatum had 2 really good games without Brown. I know it's against the Hornets, but players are out here. Players are out here balling. Side note, I'm gonna be breaking down both the Hornets game in one video, so stay tuned for that. But I want to start with what's today.
It's Monday, man. Basketball show. You know what it is.
What's today?
What's today, Troy? Let us know.
There's 2 black people in a damn thing, and they can't even tell me what today is.
MLK Jr. Day, man.
Okay, there we go. There we go. I thought I was lost out here. So I want to take just a little time to go through a memory lane of some of the best stats and stuff from Martin Luther King Day. You know what I'm saying? So most points scored by a player. Who you think holds that record on Martin Luther King Day? Most points scored by a player.
I'm gonna go Kobe.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Kareem.
Ooh, neither of those names is on this list. I got 8 names. From bottom to top. Dominique Wilkins, he had 45. James Harden, 45. Do you want the years? Dominique Wilkins, 45 and 88. James Harden, 45 and 15. Michael Jordan, 46 and 96. Blake Griffin, 47 in 2011. Devin Booker, 48 in 2022. Gilbert Arenas, 51 in 07. Kemba Walker at the number 2 spot with 52 points in 2016. The number 1 spot was on the January 20th, 2020, and it was 61-point game.
This list is surprising.
Dame Dollar holds the list, the record for most points scored on MLK Day, which is it is surprising. Gilbert Arenas, Kemba Walker,
Blake Griffin is what threw me. I'm not even gonna lie.
Blake Griffin. Most points scored by a team. Who do you think has the most points scored by a team in the history of Martin Luther King?
I'm gonna say somebody outrageous like the Clippers or something.
Yo, give me a year, I'll give you a team.
98.
98?
Psych, 89.
89. There might be some, what crazy offense. Can I go? Nah.
Let's say the Hawks.
Jazz.
Nope. So, Mulich, your first answer, the Clippers are on this list. They're on here twice. So, from bottom to top, 5 teams. Boston Celtics. Boston versus the Lakers in 2020. 139 points to the Lakers, 107. Then you have the LA Clippers in 2022, 139 points. And their opponent scored 133. And then you have the LA Clippers against that was against the Pacers. And then you have the LA Clippers again versus Houston in 2016, 140 points. And the opponent scored 132. And then you have the Pacers versus Golden State in 1990, 144 to 105. Now that says 1990 for all you guys are saying they were scoring 80, 90 points. For all you basketball NBA players that be like, what are they scoring 80, 90 points in the 90s? 144. All right. And the number one spot is held by the Golden State Warriors.
Go figure.
1989, 146 points, and the opponent scored 117. 1989, not 2010, 2012, 1989. I just
pre-KD Warriors.
That's way pre-K. That's pre-K
Yo,
Warriors.
did that Warriors team knock out John Stockton and Karl Malone in the playoffs?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
All right, what team do you think played the most games on MLK?
The most games on MLK Day?
Celtics.
Nope, not the Celtics. Mulich.
I'm gonna say the Clippers.
Clippers.
I feel like they always playing on Martin Luther King Day.
Incorrect, and neither one of those teams is on that list. From bottom to top, the Wizards played 31. The Hawks played 31. 76ers played 32. The Lakers played 32. And the New York Knicks played 36. Oh, I missed this from Theo when he used to go in the blender. Oh, yeah. Theo in the blender. I don't want to get into highest win percentage because that's all the teams. Then it's like highest rebounders. Dwight Howard leads that list. And then most assists is Mark Jackson with 22. He had 21 points to go along with them 22 assists. Then John Stockton, Magic Johnson. Most steals, Kyrie Irving with 8. Most blocks, Shaq with 8. And Patrick Ewing with 8. And Theodore Ratliff with 8. It's top 3 right there. Most three-pointers. Ooh, who you think leading the most three-pointers made on MLK Day?
Dame Lillard.
Damian Lillard is correct.
Lillard.
Who's in second place, though?
Probably Gil.
No.
Who else is on that list?
You got Brian Forbes, the guy that's on the Spurs.
Forbes?
Yeah, Forbes.
What?
Was he with Milwaukee when he did that?
Maybe it was in 20. It was in 2020.
Yeah, I think he was with Milwaukee when he did that.
Yeah.
You have JJ Redick.
What?
JJ Redick in 2016, and then the second player on his list did it in 2019.
On MLK Day.
If it's 3, it's got to be somebody like 19, probably Steph or something.
19. I was gonna say it's probably Steph or Clay.
It's Clay.
Yeah.
It's Clay. Triple doubles. Ooh. Oh, this doesn't say who had the most. It just tells you triple doubles on that day. So, yeah, that's about it. But yeah, just a little history into the MLK, basketball. You feel me? But we want to do Mulich. You want to jump into our favorite segment?
Absolutely.
Trash
Dive into it.
talking TikTokers. I love this segment because we get to dive into the brains of TikTokers, with their simple-minded comments and picking what part of a fact they want to use to fit their narrative. Who should we start with? Should we start with Savage, or should we start with what's the other guy? Big Goat. Which one?
I feel like we should start with Savage because he had a whole lot to say.
Savage did have a whole lot to say. So basically, if you was on the TikTok, you would have seen the video, and it's basically me in the video. We were talking about Impact. Last week's show was about Impact. So if you want to go check out the full conversation, go check out last week's show. But we're talking about Impact because everybody keeps saying, because we had a conversation a couple of weeks before where LV said that basically was saying Robert Horry had more impact than Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan and them winning championships and him winning his 7. So yeah, Theo, it was crazy. So I broke it down to what I meant by Jordan's impact, and I took a part of that conversation because another guy, it was in the TikTok trash talking TikTok segment where another guy in the comments was basically saying then we should hold Pippen to the same regards because Pippen is 6-0 in the finals too, and I was like, okay, that's a needle mover, move the needle a little bit, but I'll indulge you. So on the show, we talked about it, and I told him, if you guys wanted, the guy asked me, what did Pippen do better? I mean, what did MJ do better than Pippen, talking stats-wise? Because Pippen outstatted Michael in their time playing together, right? So what did he do better? I said, you want to know what he did better? Impact the fucking game. That's what he did better. Because, and I said, quote unquote, you can take the season MJ left, right? You can take that season and you can take whatever you want to account. It was Pippen's team. Pippen gets a champion, and I should have said championship. That's what I should have said in there. But Pippen basically gets a championship winning team. They won 3 titles before this year. You feel me? They just came up with 3-peat. He took a championship team, built team, to the second round and lost in game 7, right? And I told him, then Michael comes back, right? Not the year he played 17 games. When he had a full season slate, they go in and win 3 more. That speaks to how great Michael Jordan was. And I also said in that video, if you simpletons watch the whole damn clip, right, instead of the first 10 seconds, that I'm not diminishing what Pippen did. And Pippen was as important to the Bulls' success as Michael Jordan. But Michael was still impactful. That leads us to Savage. So, Moolish, before I get into mine, I'm guessing you reading them or you was reading some of them?
Oh, yeah. No, I already just went through it real quick. You know what I'm saying? I had to go down the line, real quick. Go peep through the conversation and whatnot.
I'm trying to find his first comment. I don't think it was the Horace Grant one. Maybe it was the Horace Grant one. So the first one I see by him, he basically says, what about Horace? How about Horace Grant when eliminated them same Bulls with Shaq and Penny? Bulls were the super team of the 90s period. No team who played the Bulls could match up player for player. That was his first response. So I said, everyone was a super team to you guys. It's just to fit what you're saying. Bulls had MJ and Pippen and some good role players, LOL, but that's a super team. So I said, so was Shaq and Kobe Lakers then? LOL. I said, like, huh? He goes, BJ Armstrong and Horace were not all-stars. Was Dennis Rodman not an all-star? Let's not act like these guys were not really good. I never said they were. I said they were good role players. In their role, they fit good in their role. I don't understand how that's an incorrect statement. He's going up against teams with 1 star and 2 stars at most. Also, let's talk about Ron Harper if you want to. Now, to me, he's moving the needle all over the fucking place already. Like the needle is like on 6 o'clock and we started at 10 and it just fucking wrapped around. So I said, this is what you're saying. I said, this is you saying all of this, not me. He goes, Lakers were literally just Shaq and Kobe, LOL. If you bring up the Lakers with 40 years, with 40-plus year old Malone and Glove, you a casual.
That word is starting to get very, very, very annoying.
know me. I'm just using your logic of saying that MJ and Pippen and good role players, or however you want to base it, was a super team. Then you can say Kobe, Shaq, and the rest of that motherfucking squad was a super team because you had the most dominant player in the league, and then you had Kobe who was becoming the face of the league. However you want to spin it, you can spin it. You feel me, Theo?
But my thing is how the best player in the league was Michael Jordan. So it's obvious who's the most impactful player on that team is.
Shouldn't even be a question.
Thank you. Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, it shouldn't even be a question.
Shouldn't even be a question.
Outside of Hakeem, he was the best two-way player that like for 10 years in a row. Right.
So he goes, I said they were all-stars because of how they looked with MJ at that time. That's MJ's doing, talking about Horace Grant being an all-star while he played on the Bulls. He goes, does that not make them a super team? That's where they were all-stars without Jordan. I said, to answer his question, no, it doesn't, LOL. You aren't even talking about what we're talking about. The Lakers had good role players too, LOL. He said, the year MJ left, BJ and Horace were selected as all-stars, but it ended up just being Pippen alone. I don't know what he was trying to say there, but... So I told him, I was like, to cut all this short, man, MJ left the championship team. They lost in the second round. That's a fact. He came back and they went to 3 and won 3. That's a fact. That's going to his impact, which is what we're talking about. No one said the Bulls were a bad team, but how could they be a super team? One piece leaves and they're not the same, LOL. He goes, and Pippen alone took the Bulls further than Jordan ever did alone. I'm about to kill that narrative. Just let me kill it. I said that's one piece coming back and they're back where he left them. Impact. Stayed on track. Did you listen to the whole video? The part where I said MJ and Pippen had equal importance to that team? Nah, you didn't. Or you would understand no one is discrediting anyone. There is a front guy and there's guys in the back. MJ was the front guy. Pippen stood to the right, step behind. Pippen took a championship. Now I'm killing the logic that he just used. Pippen took a championship Bulls team further than Jordan. How when Jordan took them to 6 finals and won? Pippen took the same team that same team when he was the man and didn't get it done. LOL. Listen to the whole video next time. He goes, Jordan never made it past the first round without Pippen. Pippen made it to the second round without Jordan. I go, you can't stay on one. You can't stay in one place. He goes, it's just coming out in the comments all over the place, but it's still the same to me. Now, mind you, I read this shit as he wrote it and as I wrote it. It's not coming out all over the place. You are. So I told him I responded with a video. Now, the video I responded with was basically, I'll play it real quick. Let me find it. It was this. Jordan never made it past the first round without Pippen. Pippen made it to the second round without Jordan. You want to know some facts behind that statement? It's not fact. You want to know why? Because when Michael Jordan couldn't make it past the first round, he didn't have a championship team that already won 3 championships. I don't understand you guys. You guys don't use context. You keep out what you want to keep out just to fit your narrative. Pippen went further than Jordan with a championship-built team that won 3 championships. What are you talking about? Michael came into the league a baby. He didn't have that same team when he was losing in the first round. What are y'all talking about? Use context, my boy. Use context, Talk about
my
2
boy.
different teams.
Like, you're talking about 2 totally different teams. Give Jordan that team, take Pippen off of it, that championship team, and then tell me Jordan don't go get past the first round with that same championship team that he won 3 with without Pippen. He does. Stop doing this. They were a championship team already. You act like those guys were scrubs, like they didn't win championship. So that was my response to him. He then comes into this chat and he goes, what happened the next season when Jordan came back? Just for context purposes, since it was a championship build team, sir. Now he's talking about I said, you talking about the year he played 17 games? Like people always talk out of context. Like niggas always talk out of context. Like, but you guys got to understand is like
Nah, talk within context. I know the reality of the situation. Jordan played 17 games. He came back the year after that, and they won a championship. He said, but to furthermore prove another point, wouldn't that be considered a super team? I go, no, LOL. Nice try, though. He goes, what is the terms of a super team? He said, what is your terms of a super team? Me is a multi-championship team with 2 all-stars and 2 of the top players on the same team during a stretch. Example, Lakers with Magic, Celtics with Bird, Bulls with MJ, Shaq with Lakers, Celtics, KG, Bron, Heat, KD, Warriors. Lakers were, I would say, what would you say? Magic, Kareem, and a bunch of good role players around them, good pieces around them?
Now, they had a squad. Magic, Kareem.
No, I know they had a squad, but you would say they were the main 2 pieces, right? Who you say was the main 2? Did you say Magic? Right? And then they had good pieces around them, right?
Yeah, great pieces.
Right, great pieces around them. The Celtics, you would say Bird, probably McHale, Bird, Parrish. You could switch McHale and Parrish. You feel me?
I would say McHale more.
Yeah,
especially
the
86 championship.
But those guys had what? Good pieces around them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the next team. He said the Bulls with MJ, Pippen. I don't know if Pippen was a top player in the league. I got to go back and see where they was ranked players back then. I don't know.
He was a top player, bro. He was a top player.
Where was he top at? Was he 5? Was he 7?
He was top 10.
Bulls finished 55 and 27, second in the Central Division. Pippen averaged, this is right after the year Jordan left, Pippen averaged 22, 2, 8, and 5.
Shaq, Lakers. Kobe, Shaq. Bunch of good role players. Pieces. Celtics, KG, Paul Pierce. And a bunch of good role players. Right. LeBron, Heat. That's a big 3. And now I'll go back to Boston. You could say Boston was a big 3. Not a super team, big 3. We wasn't
calling won another championship. Maybe you can say it, but no.
Yeah, Celtics big 3 failed at what they were supposed to do. I can say that as a Celtics fan. We failed at what we were supposed to do, but that was not a super team. Super team term did not come around until KD went to Golden State. That's why everybody was like, super team this, super team now. That's super team. That's super team. It's when KD joined Golden State. Nobody was saying that for LeBron when he was on the Heat. It was a big 3. Nobody was saying that with KG, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen. It was a big 3. That's what it was called. It wasn't no damn super team. So stop telling me that all these other teams back in the day are super teams now just to fit your damn narrative, because they weren't super teams. They were not super teams. Nobody was using that term.
They didn't even say it when the Glove and Karl Malone went to the Lakers back in the day. Like, that term was not used.
So I told them basically super teams didn't come around to KD went to Golden State. Nobody was calling Boston or the Heat a super team. They were called a big 3. LOL. 1 star, 1 superstar, 1 star, and an all-star. I don't think teams are super teams. Sorry, only one team you can say was that, and that is Golden State. That finishes the conversation with him. So I'm done with Savage at that point. But let's get to Big Goat, the Big Goat, the Big User.
What did Big Goat say?
Big Goat came in the chat and was like, what LOL, that shows you he had a great team. What did Jordan ever win without Pippen? Mind you, we're not talking about Jordan winning without Pippen. We're not talking about Pippen winning without Jordan. What we're talking about, the context of the conversation of the clip that's on TikTok, is impact to the Bulls team. Who had more of it? It's Michael, hands down. So I said to him, Pippen never won a championship without Michael. LOL, because he said Jordan never won without Pippen. So Pippen never won without Jordan. Y'all act like Pippen went on to win as the man or something. LOL. He goes, no, you're acting like Jordan went on to do anything without him, and he quit again after the second 3 because Pippen was leaving. He was afraid. The shit y'all come up with in y'all heads. Tyrone in the chat. What's up, Tate? The shit he left because he was scared that Pippen was leaving. So why did he come out retirement to sell tickets in Washington? Was he scared then? I don't think so. Right? So I said, what did Pippen ever win without Jordan? A playoff series? LOL. Because you guys hold that Pippen winning a playoff series without Jordan too high for me. It's just too fucking high for me.
Man, the better argument is Phil Jackson, bro. Just say Phil Jackson. This is the best argument you can have.
Not to mention,
I'll take that.
people forget the discussion that was had around Tony Kukoc and why they added him to that lineup. And as a rookie, how he was balling. Like, he wasn't no slouch. And then the next year, you can literally look at the stats. Matter of fact, you can go watch the games, but you can literally look at the stats and you see Scottie Pippen 22, Horace Grant 15, BJ Armstrong 14, Tony Kukoc as a rookie, damn near 11 points a game. That's after Jordan left. BJ Armstrong and Horace Grant all had better seasons after Jordan left.
Yes, they did.
So, like, you can't sit there and be like, oh, well, Scotty's impact. No, that was a good ass team around Jordan. They were all balling, and then when Jordan left, guess what? They all had to step up, and they all still balled. The next season, Jordan came back. They went to the playoffs. Of course, they got knocked out. But then what happened the next season after that? They go out, they get Dennis Rodman, somebody who can control the boards, and what happens? They run 3 more again. Like, you can't sit here and not add that content.
Who is the common denominator?
Who's the common denominator? Who came back and averaged 30, not only in the regular season but in the final?
Now,
like, come on, we can't do that.
Now, if Pippen went on to win a championship that year without Jordan, then this Pippen won more than Jordan, or than Jordan won without him. I could rock with that. But I'm not rocking with Pippen winning a playoff series, and that's what you hold over Jordan. Like, that shit is so minuscule. Like, do you guys actually understand? Like, you're talking to basketball guys here. I played high school. Theo played on a professional level. Like, that is so minuscule to be like, oh, he won a playoff series without him. Nigga, he was on a championship team that just won 3 championships. You take the common denominator away, and they failed at what they did 3 years previous, which was win championships.
Bro,
Pippen could never take them to that level by himself. So stop saying Pippen has done more than Jordan. Jordan went to the Wizards, and he still couldn't get to the – Jordan was what, 48? You guys got to stop this, bro.
The best thing you can say, like, is if it's for Pippen, just say he had more team success than Jordan. You might can say that.
I don't even deal with that.
I definitely get that.
One more without Jordan is false, because you guys are just basing that off a minuscule ass playoff series. Minuscule.
This is the biggest thing for me. This is the biggest thing for me when it comes to the whole Scottie Pippen and Jordan thing, right? When you look at their games, right? When you look at Scottie's game, when you look at Jordan's game, when Scottie had to focus on scoring more, his defense lacked, which is why they didn't go as far. You can attribute to why they didn't go as far. Michael comes back. He doesn't have to focus on scoring more. He gets his buckets when they come. He focuses on the defense more. He starts to get more steals, more blocks, more turnovers. He starts to get in those passing lanes. And you have now you have somebody who can just score at will, and he can focus more on defense, and he's just going to get his buckets when they come. It's easier. It's a recipe for success. That's basketball. Like, if you have somebody who's a great two-way player, we know Scottie's a great two-way player, but if he has to focus on more than one aspect of his game, then obviously other parts of his game are going to lack.
Tyrone, you want to know what's wrong about the statement you made when you're saying that Jordan won? You can't say Jordan won anything before Pippen, but Pippen was there 2 years when he lost in the first round. He averaged 10 points his rookie season, 13 points in the playoffs his second season, and they lost both those seasons, right? They lost in the playoffs together, and they won together. Yes, Pippen, when Jordan left, Pippen won a playoff series. But that, to me, isn't him, like you said, more accomplished as other people make it seem. And that's the point we make it. So let me get back to this guy so we can finish up. So he goes, that's more than Jordan won without him, right? I go, no, LOL, winning a championship and getting to a Western Conference Final because he brought up Portland. West Conference is greater. Neither of them got back to that point. I said MJ lost in the first round with a bad team. Pippen lost in the second round with a championship team. Tell me when Mike did that, lose in the round with a championship team. Now, you might could point out the season he came back and played 17 games, but hey, I don't think that's really going to count. You feel me? I said y'all hold on to this win a series too much. Yeah, he won playoff series without Mike. Can't take that away from him. But again, listen to the whole video of me saying how important Pippen was to the team. Like, LOL. They both needed each other to win chips. That's all that matters in this conversation, not playoff games, LOL. He goes, how does that show you they had a great team? They lost in the second round just like they did the next season with Jordan. They added another top 75. I said, MJ played 17 games. Please stop. He goes, so you're saying he played and lost? I go, no, I'm not. Again, if you I was talking, that's another one. No, I'm not. Again, if you watch the video, I said how important Pippen was. That was to one above. I said he quit. So Kobe quit too. Because he said, remember he said in earlier that Mike quit. He was talking about when Mike retired, Mike quit. So I said Kobe quit too. Rest in peace, Kobe. I said, did Tim quit? Did Dirk quit? Stop making. I said stop. I said stop. You're making less and less sense. I go, I have to inform you that you will be on our TikTok segment tonight. Oh man, I love it. With that, yo, bro, I got to inform you. You know, I got a Euro player on. This should be fun, but it's just like you guys literally make up anything. You don't never take the story right. When they say it's two sides to a story, right? This is one side. This is one side. Those two sides make one story. Right? This is your story, right? So if you add MJ's story and Pippen's story, that's one story. So if you look at it as an entire whole, I'm never going to debate anybody that says that Michael needed Pippen as much as Pippen needed Michael. They needed each other equally. And that showed in the season Michael left. It showed because if Michael's there, you cannot tell me the Bulls don't get past that Knicks team.
Yep.
Do they lose to Hakeem in the finals? I don't know. But I know they get past that Knicks team and they get back to a finals. I can say that. I don't think nobody in the East was beating them. I can say that. So that will show you the impact that Mike had. That impact is greater than what Pippen had. I'm not lessening, as I also said in the video, I'm not discrediting Pippen. Pippen was as important to Jordan, as important as Jordan was to that Bulls team success. They both was. Neither of them went without each other. But stop saying, oh, Mike lost his first eight years and not include Pippen in 2 of those years. Like, oh, Pippen, what did Mike do after Pippen left? What did Pippen do after Mike left? He went to the Portland. What did Portland do? Oh, they made the Eastern Conference Finals. Well, who was on the team? That's a comment that I didn't read from the GOAT. Oh, he went to the Portland and then they went to the Western Conference Finals. Yeah, but who was on that team with him?
That's a good point.
Who was on the Wizard team with Mike when he came out of retirement? Somebody explain this to me.
That's a good point.
Somebody explain this to me. I just would like to fucking know. You're talking to a guy that thinks in reality, right? That follows logic, right? You can't bring anything else to me but logic. Neither of these guys on TikTok that I pointed out in our TikTok segment today brought any logic. All they did was bring up minuscule shit that Pippen did over Jordan to make it seem like Pippen was as much or more accomplished than Jordan when he's not. You guys don't know how to debate. That's just what it comes down to. That's what I'm gonna finish this off before I pass it to my two fellas and let them finish off this part of the show. But you guys don't know how to debate. Learn how to debate. Learn how to debate. Learn. You're talking to a guy that was a debater in school. I was on the debate team. Learn how to debate. Learn how to debate. Use facts. Use your logic. You can have your own opinion, but your opinion got to be supported by real facts, not cut, clipped, chopped up facts that you guys like using so much. I'm only going to use this part of the fact because it fits my narrative. No, use the whole fact, no matter if it fits your narrative or not. You got to stop narrative chasing. Everybody's out here narrative chasing. I'm going to chase my narrative until the end. Nigga, our narratives don't matter in the grand scheme of things. You think these NBA players care about our fucking narrative? No, they don't. They don't care about our damn narrative. Y'all niggas got Robert Horry out here asking for a documentary. I can't take this shit no more.
Hey, dog, I didn't think that was real until I seen it, and he's really out here asking for a documentary from Netflix.
I'm not moving the needle, but this is what y'all guys do. You done brought Robert Horry up in the MJ conversation so fucking much that he's hearing it and he's asking for a documentary now. What the
Big Shot Bob, man.
Big Shot motherfucking Bob. Yeah, sure. How many big shots? No, let's not do this. But Theo, any closing thoughts on the two TikTokers that we highlighted in today's trash talking TikTok?
I mean, a lot of this stuff is just common sense. If it's nothing to say if they want to argue. If they want to argue, then it's easy to argue. Like saying Pippen was more impactful than the greatest player ever is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Even
Now,
though they needed each other. They need the same thing I say about like all the duos need each other. Kobe needed Shaq too. Draymond needs Steph too. Steph needs Draymond too. LeBron needed D Wade to learn how to be as good as he is.
preach,
Kyrie
Theo.
needed Bron. Everybody, you need somebody, bro. So like it goes hand in hand with each other. And put Phil Jackson in the mix and everything works out. So to them,
Hey, that's another common denominator, Phil Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Big one.
He was with that Kobe Shaq team, and he was with that Bulls Lakers team. I mean, Bulls team. So yeah, you get a coach like that with a good group of people, 2 superstars or a superstar, all-star. So you can make anything happen, bro.
Mulich, any closing thoughts on trash talking TikTokers?
Y'all got to do better, man. Honestly, do better. Come with some actual facts or statements. Come with something that's going to support your argument, and stop with the name calling, casuals, and all the stuff like that. Like that doesn't support your argument, bro. Use some type of analysis.
This makes you look bad.
That's something. But the casual, the name calling, the this, the that, that's not talking sports. Like if you want to do that, you can go somewhere else. You're on mute, Troy.
Curry's back. That's what I said. I said, let's get it. Curry's back, baby. How you guys feeling about Curry's return? He got a big win off him today. He was a big part of that. I know they lost his first game back, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm 100% correct. Yeah, they lost to the Bulls.
Yeah, we lost to the Bulls yesterday. I don't know how. Honestly, I was watching that game and I still don't understand how
Curry came back with
lost.
20 and 10.
Every time, like it's tough to get back into what it used to do. Like Curry's such a big part of their team.
43.
He's such a big part of their team. It's hard to get back to putting them back into the lineup.
That's
especially the first game.
Yeah, he had 20, went 3 for 10 from the 3-pointer, 8 for 15. Not a bad first game. But then he comes out on MLK Day and he starts to slay because he went on. Gotta find the game.
What are you doing? Are you trying to find the game?
Yeah, I gotta find it. He had 41 points. Yep, 41.
Yeah, 41 today.
41. Second game back, and Curry's like, hey, turn up time. Turn up time.
I'm glad he's back, man. I'm tired
41,
of
7 and 2. He ain't passed the ball now.
Moolers, you a Golden State fan?
Yes, sir.
I'm so tired of Jordan Poole, man.
Oh, really?
I'm just.
Hey, Jordan Poole went off for 32.
I don't care what he had.
Woo! He's 7 and 3. That better stat line than Steph Curry.
I don't know.
I understand. I understand why you say that. I understand why you say that.
The reason why I say it is he just he got to grow still. That's what it is. He got to grow still. He got to grow still.
That's it.
I think that first season,
100%.
With Clay being out, it pushed him to the spotlight, but he was like, he accepted that role well. He fed the team. He fed that script well. He played. He was highly efficient.
Absolutely.
He was highly efficient with mid-range, which is crazy to me. But especially for a rookie. But like, nah, he wasn't a rookie like 2 years in. But like, I knew when Clay got healthy, he was going to kind of struggle this season.
Most definitely.
Inconsistent. So
most definitely.
I got to see what he do next year. Like this year, I don't know.
Who's gonna be the face of that franchise, bro? You gotta start sleeping on him, Theo.
Who?
He might in the future, but like Theo said, he has a lot. He has a lot of growing up to do. Yes, he can put the ball in the basket, like that's great. But at the same time, like he needs to be able to lead in certain spots. He needs to be able to play defense. He needs to be able to play smarter in certain situations and know that he doesn't have to be the hero and doesn't have to be the person that's always going to score. Because if you look at his decision making or his turnovers in late games, it's because he's trying to do things that that he doesn't really need to do. So yeah, he definitely needs to grow up a lot. Definitely needs his time to grow up. But I think the way he's developing, he's on the right track. But Yeah, growing up is definitely needed. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. But he in the right organization to grow up as far as being the guard that he is.
Definitely.
I gotta see him. I gotta see what he does off the ball more though. Like, because Steph and Clay off the ball are fantastic, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I gotta see what he does off the ball, and then that's when I can really see what he's really about.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's big. That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, he definitely needs to grow. With Curry being back, Giannis is out three straight games, and the Bucks pulled their game off today.
Drew Holiday, 35 and 11.
Yeah, Drew.
Tough.
Drew said I could do it, but just for one game. You bring Giannis back the next game. But Miles Turner had 30 points too. I think that's the.
Yep, Miles had the
Yeah, Miles Turner get 30 points on your head. TJ McCollum had 29. Bobby Portis had 21, 19 from Brook Lopez, 17 from Grayson Allen, 14 from Anakwe. Awakwe. How do we say his name?
TJ who?
McCollums, however you say his name, that the dude on the Pacers.
TJ McConnell.
McConnell, there you go.
McConnell.
Hey, Theo, don't act like you don't know I'm bad with
I
names.
ain't gonna lie. That was a little
like,
tongue
CJ
myself.
Don't act like you don't know I'm bad with names, Theo. Don't come up here acting brand new, Theo.
Nah, the reason why I asked you because I saw at one point he had like 21 points or something, like with no misses.
Yeah.
No, he went perfect from 3.
He went what?
He went perfect from 3, 4 for 4
Yeah,
from
4
3.
for 4.
11, 16 from the field.
Mm-hmm.
No, he was balling out there today. Oh, 9 assists too. Oh, he was balling. He was out there tripping.
But they're 1-2 in their last 3 games without Giannis. They lost to the Heat twice. First game they lost by 6. Second game they lost by 6. Do you think if Giannis stays out, if Giannis misses a month, because I don't know how much time he's gonna miss, but if he misses a month, do you think the Bucks can hold that 3rd seed?
If he misses a month,
does anybody know what the injury is?
Knee soreness.
I don't.
They play the Raptors, the Celtics, the Detroit Pistons, Denver, Indiana, New Orleans, Charlotte, the Clippers, Miami, Portland, Lakers, Clippers, Boston, Chicago. I don't think they'll keep the 3rd seed, bro.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. And depending on how long he's out, I don't know.
If he's out for a month, they're not gonna keep the 3rd seed.
Yeah, nah, because that's way too long, and they got a kind of a tough little lineup coming up.
And Chris Middleton missed last night's game too. I mean,
yeah, Chris Middleton didn't play, so
he's missed 16 games.
Yeah,
16 straight. I tried to tell you at the beginning of the season, bro. Walker Kessler had 22 and 21. Like, I tried to tell you at the beginning of the season, man. You got to trade Chris Middleton, man. Nobody won't listen, man.
It's a tough trade, man.
It is, but you get listen. I would have got went out there and got a CJ McCollum. You know.
Yo, I ain't looking at this. I'm looking at the standings, right? So like, Philly is 1 game behind, and Cleveland is 1 game behind, right?
Mm-hmm.
New York is in the 6th place. Am I seeing this right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, Jalen Brunson and Julius.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson been going off lately. He has a great stat line in the last couple of games.
I've been telling people, man, Luka needed that man. He needed that man last year.
He needs him this year.
That's big. That's big because he did.
Him this year.
He did. Very much so, he did.
His last 5 games, 26, 27, 34, 34, and 44. That's Jalen Brunson.
Crazy, man. I had an argument with somebody like, hey, man, I said, Luka needed Jalen Brunson. And when he leaves, it's going to be a piece of the team leaving. Luka going to still shine, but they ain't going to do much for the team play.
But Luka can't, I already said this last week, Luka can't continue playing like that and thinking that he's going to get far in the NBA if he's that main guy. They got to find some piece that works with him. I don't know if that's another center because, Porzingis, even with injuries, he didn't work out, and then he went to the Wizards, and now he's balling out again. So I don't know. Maybe, to me, Luka might have that same effect as Bron.
What do you mean by that?
That as he can make other players around him better, he can also take away from other players too.
Yeah, he can only make certain players around him better. Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But like the players that are around him, is the ones they can make better.
Yeah. But I don't think even with the team he has, I don't think he utilizes the guys that he has next to him the way he should be utilized.
No. He is one of those guys that's he's too good. He was too good too young. When he was young, he was too good. So like when you're that young and you're able to get your bucket when you want to, if your team need a bucket, you just go get a bucket.
Yep.
And if you can pass well, then guess what? When I go with my bucket, I know my spot to go.
Theo!
just get him out of there.
Theo be back. But then something happened, but it's a technical difficulty on Theo part. He just popped out in the middle of the conversation.
Yeah, man. He just man.
But yeah, now Luka definitely can't keep playing. Like that team ain't gonna have team success. Like they're gonna keep falling short in the playoffs to better teams. Like I don't think this Dallas team is beating a healthy Clippers team this year. We lose Theo, and we're joined by Buop.
What up?
Theo, we joined by
and Theo is back.
Theo's back.
Theo said, I cut him off, Theo.
Well, do me like that, man.
I don't know. Yeah. Finish what you were saying.
Nah, but I was saying is like he can pick his spots, and once he gets to his spot, he knows how to find his players, and he knows how to tell his players, hey, if I get here, they double me, go back door, you go to the corner. He understands the part of the game like that. He's smart and intelligent enough to do that. But at the same time, you can't give him a player that has his own. He got to have great role players.
But that's why I said Luka might just have that same LeBron effect in all aspects.
Like LeBron will let Kyrie be Kyrie, though.
No, 100%. 100%.
True.
100%. Because he let Wade be Wade, too. I don't think he took away from Wade, but it's Luka might be the guy that takes away from his second.
Yeah.
He just might be that guy that takes away from his second. And that's why I don't think they win with him. He's a great talent. I just don't see Dallas winning the chance unless all the cookies crumble and the crumbs fall in their lap and Dallas' lap like they did the Suns getting to the finals the year they faced the Bucks 2 years ago. Then, yeah, but all teams healthy, 7-game series, nah.
Yeah, the playoffs is where it's going to show.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Talking about playoffs, the Suns are out of the playoffs. See them bye-bye. I don't think they're coming back. I think that's it for them. Chris Paul did all he could do for that team.
Yeah, they're sitting at 11 right now, 21-23, 2-game losing streak. Is really not good at all, honestly. But I don't know if you guys have seen though, the young team that's coming on the rise, man.
Are you talking about those Kings?
Mm-hmm.
They're in 4th place right now. Uh-oh.
Yeah, they are, but I'm talking about this young kind of team, man. They kind of coming up right now, bro. I don't know. I feel like I'm not saying that we should give them the like just super, super hype, but I'm saying we should kind of pay attention because OKC has been racking off some really good wins as of lately, and they're slowly but surely climbing them ranks, man. They have been playing. I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to OKC basketball, but a young kid, Josh Giddey and Shy. Or Shay, I don't know how you say his name, but
Shay.
Because I got a homie named Shy, spelled the same exact name, but they name Shy, so I don't know how y'all call it, but we'll call him Shay. But they've been playing some really solid basketball over there, man. Really, really solid basketball over there, man. They've been racking up some good wins in some key places. They're getting healthy at the right time. I don't know. I just feel like they might be somebody to kind of look out for. Might sneak in that play-in tournament, man. I'm not saying they're going to be an affordable opponent, but hey, they might shock some people.
They're a weird team, though, man.
Very.
They're like, so I like the Giddy kid and I like Shay, but if you look at them on the court, like their success on the court together is damn near horrible, bro.
Yes, that's the thing. That's the reason why I'm like, yo, what's going on? How is this? How? And that's what when I'm watching the games, I'm just like, how does this happen? Like,
Yeah.
what are y'all doing out there?
Yeah.
But then when you're really looking at it, you're like, damn, like this shit really works. Like,
Yeah.
like, this
Yeah.
really works. Like, what the heck is going on? So I'm
I
just
got a
like,
spicy take.
I'm not saying that they're gonna make some noise. I'm not saying they're gonna have this big splash. I'm just saying like they might be a young team to kind of watch out for, especially going into that playoff or that play-in.
Michael Jordan sells the team within the next 5 years, or his portion of whatever he owns in the Hornets. I think Mike's up out of there. I want to say this. Mike's selling his portion. He's gonna buy another team. I think he's done with the Hornets. Them niggas.
What up, Wop?
What's good, Theo? What's the word?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
I want to say I was wrong about Portland.
What about it?
No, you can say it. Say it.
I was wrong about Portland.
Yeah, you was.
I still think it's an early season. I just think it's too early to call. Like, I still think Phoenix could still be one of the 8 teams to make the playoffs. It just don't look good at the moment.
Yeah,
They
but
on
I
the end.
said the Portland would finish above the Kings, and clearly that's not going to happen.
Oh, it wasn't crazy to say though, but you was just trusting.
I'm just saying I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm
Lillard.
just saying I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
admitting my
it
fault.
definitely
as a
wasn't.
man, so.
It definitely wasn't crazy to say. Like the Kings, compared to where the Kings were at last year, compared to now, nobody really seen this coming. So, like, it definitely wasn't crazy to say.
I kind of seen it coming just based off of, even though Portland added some solid pieces to them, I just still didn't trust Game as much as I wanted to trust them. No,
You said Theo?
I was saying the thing about the West, everybody's still pretty close though. Like Phoenix is like what 1.5 games away from the 6th seed.
Yep.
So like it's still really close. It's just like
it's cluttered. It's a bunch of clutterness going on.
They're playing away last year, last 3 years, and also the other teams are getting better, man. Like
yeah,
I don't know.
Teams are getting better. The young teams are getting better.
That's all it is.
And when you look at it, Sacramento's hungry. The Jazz hungry.
Theo, do you think Memphis can win a championship in the next 5 years?
No.
Put him in a blender.
Got my boy.
I heard him though. He said no. I caught that answer though. He said no. I caught that answer for sure. He for sure said no.
I miss you so much, yo. Because when you freeze, bro.
Bro, listen. I'm telling you, listen. I got a family, bro. I'm in the room in the corner of the fucking house. Like I'm out here like, nah, but like,
hey, same, absolute same, big dog. Trust me.
My family ain't home right now.
But Memphis. I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
I think Golden State gets in the top 5.
If you look at Memphis and you look at Denver, you look at, I think they're gonna be one of them teams that's always good enough to get to the. If they get to the conference finals now,
I think they're just gonna replace the Jazz. What the Jazz have been over the last couple of years. I just think they're a good team, good regular season team, but they just fold in the playoffs.
I think they more potent in the Jazz were more legit.
Yeah, but they're going against juggernauts. They're going against. They go against Golden State. I'm taking Golden State. If they go against a healthy Nuggets team, I'm inclined to take the damn Nuggets. Clippers, I'm inclined to take the Clippers.
I don't know about Golden State.
Oh no, I'm taking Golden State.
Yeah,
I actually kind of agree with Boo up on this one. I agree with him on this one.
Why you would? But I just can't see Golden State as strong as I can see you saying Denver. But
no, that's fine. But I still think Golden State has a Memphis number for right now.
I don't believe that. I didn't believe they had it. I didn't believe they necessarily had it last year either.
No, I think they took it within beating them last year and then coming out this year making a statement. I think whoop that trick, man.
No, you know what I think? I think it's more of a puncher's fight. Like I think
they got a swing. They got one swing, but once they miss, it's over.
I think they got counters and all that. You know
they got a swing. They got one swing, and
it's kind of like a bad blood series, kind of like.
Oh man,
no, it's not the Gladiators out here. It's not the
Gladiators. That's a great backcourt matchup against Ja Morant and Desmond Bain versus
Clay and Steph. Like that's a great matchup. And
And
then
they
I
put
think
that
by the
depth
time
lineup in on him. It's
What
man.
depth
What's up
Def
with
lineup?
the
lineup
depth
not the
lineup?
same lineup though. Like
What
it's
depth
not.
lineup?
How's it not the same?
Who?
It's not the same.
Who's in the depth
Like
lineup?
Draymond is not the same player that he once was.
But the
Now
depth lineup
Andrew,
was last year. He's not that. He hasn't fallen off that much from
Who's in the
last year
depth
to now.
lineup?
It was Steph, Clay, Poole, Wiggins, and Draymond.
Nah, Poole don't fit in the depth lineup, bro.
But he was in that depth lineup all last year in the playoffs. Like that's what they called it. They literally called it the depth lineup when they
They should not have did
inserted
that.
Poole into the starting
That's
lineup.
disrespectful to the actual depth lineup, bro.
That's the depth lineup, bro.
You gotta play defense to be in the depth lineup. You gotta be able to
That's what I
switch
was
everything.
gonna
Hey, they
say.
stopped Boston. They stopped Boston. So I
Let
don't
me tell
know.
y'all. You know what? I don't want to sound like a
Boston
Poole
stopped
hater, so I'm not
themselves.
gonna say it.
Now go ahead. Go ahead, because I've been talking that shit on Pool all season to all the homies and everybody like, oh, you're a Warrior fan. How can you, bro? I'm realistic though. I'm a realistic
That's right.
basketball fan. Okay, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, I get he plays a lot. He plays great offense. But the defense, bro, he does not play defense. He can't just sit there and stand there and let somebody run right past you and like not call for a switch, not
Yo,
help, not
Theo.
on the
Oh,
help
I was about to
defense,
say Theo,
anything.
frozen.
You
There you
know,
go. He
like
back
he's
now.
really, really young. He's really inexperienced. He still takes bad shots. He still has bad turnovers. He makes bad decisions. Like there's a lot that goes into that game that's just like, I'm not really too sure. That's the reason why, if you look at it, even with Clay that was out, Kerr still hasn't put him in the starting lineup yet. There's a reason for that.
I think you know what? I don't think offense is gonna be the problem in the playoffs. I
That's
think
because
in
he
the
wasn't
playoffs,
scoring off the bench.
they're gonna have him a little bit more tame in the playoffs. Like they're gonna Steve Kerr a good enough coach to have him a little more tame in the playoffs, but defensively he cannot hide.
Mm-hmm.
Because he go against Portland, you got Luke. I mean, you have Lillard, and you got the shooting guard. What's his name?
Simons.
Simons. They're going to hit him.
Yeah.
You got Luka. Luka's going to find him. You got. It's just tough for him to hide in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you go against the Lakers, it's going to. I mean, I got faith in
But when you say they mastered last year,
no. I mean, this is what I'm saying. You can do it last year, but 2 years in a row, you can't do that.
They
Like, I don't
got
see him doing it.
fortunate last year, man. It was a lot of injuries that they benefited from. A lot of teams that they played were hurt in the playoffs. They played Denver without Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr.
They play Denver.
They played
Mhm.
Memphis without Ja Morant. Then they played Luka, and we already know what that picture was. It was a one-man show. I ain't gonna disregard what Jalen Brunson did, but after that Utah series, he was basically not the same player.
And what about the Celtics series?
Well, in the Celtics series, I mean, I would always say the Celtics beat themselves more than Golden State beat them.
I kind of agree with that. Yeah,
I think the Celtics made too many mistakes against a very poised team. Like you can't make that many mistakes against a dynasty team like that. Like they're gonna beat you.
Man, we had the Tatum stopper, Andrew Wiggins. I don't want to hear it.
You can call it what you want to call it.
I tell you, get up again. Wiggins getting jammed on like fucking jam.
Wiggins did a hell of a job.
Jam. He did.
Wiggins did a hell of a job, but I still think it was due to them making it easier. Like when you playing from behind against a team like the Warriors, it's never fun and it's never easy, bro. It's a mental game with that team. You got to beat them like mentally. You know what I'm saying? Because they had the team to beat them. They was the more talented team.
And that's the reason why I don't think the Grizzlies don't have that.
Yeah, I don't think the Grizzlies.
Because it's a mental game.
Yeah,
it's very, very mental.
And Josh too like cocky.
They're very, very young, very
and I think that hurts him. Like, and he's going to be cocky in the playoffs. Like, let Memphis win a game. He's going to do the same thing he did last year. And those type of antics can fuel a team like Golden State.
But he can fuel his team too. Like,
yeah, but I don't. But who's more cute? Who's more? I had the word and didn't let. Who's more fit to use their fuel? Golden State or Memphis?
It all depends.
I think Memphis. I think Memphis need that fuel. They need that.
Yeah, but if you are right, and Golden State is a team that really does not need much fuel. But if you fill their fuel tank up and they start letting that fuel out, it's over for Memphis.
But I don't see the thing is it'll be I understand it more if Golden State was just a little bit younger. They not the same team to me. Like I'm not trying to
But
downplay they
who I
title
can
run.
respect that, but people were saying that last year.
Yeah, but I the only reason why I was truly saying that it wasn't the team, I thought the team was good. I was more worried about Steph in the regular season. He did not look like the same player. That's why. It had nothing to do with the team. The team around him was phenomenal to me. Wiggins was an all-star. Draymond, if he wouldn't have got hurt, he was going to be an all-star. Jordan Poole was emerging. You had Klay Thompson coming back. Like, I thought that team was very good. I just was questioning Steph Curry. All his shooting numbers were down last year in the regular season. He was just not looking like the same player. But in the playoffs, he proved to be who he was. So, like, that's what I mean. But I'm looking at Draymond still taking a step back. You know what I'm saying? Not the same player that he once was. Losing Gary Payton and Otto Porter, those guys, Juan Toscano, and like those are key players that they.
No, 100%. The Gary
You know what I'm
Payton you
saying?
got to make up for on defense. He was a big key. But no, I get what you're saying. But I just think that team could figure it out. That's all I'm saying.
I believe the core can, like the guys, the glue guys, obviously, yeah, they gonna be tough to beat. You know what I'm saying? The guys that's been in the fire already, they gonna be tough to beat. So.
All right.
Yeah, Memphis got their number, but you know, I just think this is just like Theo said, it's a puncher's fight. You know what I'm saying? They got a chance.
All right. Let's get down to the segment we came to do. The best player of every decade. Whew, this is going to be interesting. We know we got to start off with the 50s, and I know some of you guys don't go back that far, but do your best. Do your best. Who was the best player of the 50s?
Bill Russell, George Mikan.
I'm George Michael wouldn't be a bad
One of
one.
them two, either Dolph. What's the other guy? Not Bob Pettit.
Bob Pettit was there, and Dolph Chase.
Yeah, Dolph Shades.
Yep, I was gonna say Dolph Shades. I think
Oh my God.
talking about these plumbers that everybody was talking about, they was playing with, man, the plumbers and the gardeners and stuff, the agriculturists.
They really was plumbers though.
Wait.
They just don't understand that. Like when they call them plumbers, they just think it's just sad. Like.
Well, yeah, and it's like that's not necessarily a disrespect, right? Because at the end of the day, like we know that the athletes back in the day didn't make a lot of like a crazy amount of money that they're making now. So it's like they probably did have other jobs to support their family. It's like ain't nothing wrong with that. Like most people got 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 jobs, you know what I'm saying, to support their family. So like being a professional athlete back in that time wasn't, you know what I'm saying, like as lucrative as it is now. So like, yeah, they might have actually been a motherfucking plumber, but hey, that plumber was gonna give you 20. So you feel me? Talk what you want, but that plumber gonna give you 20 and 10. So no matter.
He was a dude from Golden State that was good too. I can't remember his name. I think it was it Paul Eisen? Was Eisen? Something like that.
Paul A.
If you're in the chat, man, follow along. Who's your best player of the 50s?
I think it's Paul Eisen.
Yep. 6'4" guard.
Yeah, he was tough. He was tough too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I got for the 50s, man. I can't.
So who y'all going with? You got to say one person.
I'm gonna
gotta be Bill.
You said what?
You gotta be Bill Russell.
I'm gonna say
Bill
Neil
Russell
Johnson.
It's interesting you putting Bill in the 50s.
I would say Neil Johnston.
62
He was Paul Eisen's teammate. Helped the Philadelphia Warriors win the championship that year in
that was the best player in the 50s.
That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with.
The whole decade.
Who y'all say?
He said Bill Russell. Theo said Bill Russell, and Movie said
Neil Johnston. 6-time All-Star, 4-time All-First.
But he was the best player of the 50s.
He also won scoring title 3 times.
Okay, he was the best player of the 50s. Who you got, Boo?
Look, man, it's tough, man. I ain't really too strong in the 50s, but I'm gonna just say, I might have to say Bill Russell as well.
Thank you,
I
man.
do
Because
know he won.
he from my city, so I gotta respect Bill Russell.
All right, who's the best
Two or
player
three
of the
years.
60s?
60s get a little crazy.
Will Chamberlain.
60s get a little crazy.
I was gonna say, I ain't gonna lie, 60s getting a little wild.
Get a
You
little
got
crazy.
Oscar, you got Will, you got Bill.
You got Elgin Baylor.
So you got Elgin Baylor, Jerry Lucas,
I might go Oscar though.
Sam Jones. Sam Jones was a problem.
I got only reason why I can understand Oscar, but I gotta go Wilt, man. Wilt won.
Jerry West, Oscar Robinson.
I might go Oscar.
Oscar, and Will.
Yeah, I think I gotta go Oscar, man. That Oscar was crazy in the 60s.
All right, this one should be a little easy. The 70s.
Abdul Jabbar.
Big Ream.
And it's not even like no question.
Yeah, it really shouldn't even be like, you feel me? Like, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, no disrespect to the players, but it really shouldn't even be a discussion.
It's not. It's like no discussion.
Because Kareem was him. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, that's crazy.
Well, winning MVPs with not making the playoffs, he was him.
All right. Kareem for the 70s. Who we got for the 80s?
Magic
80s is when it gets wild.
Showtime.
You feel me? That he. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta be Showtime.
Fix your face, Troy.
Look at who's in the back behind you.
Bird talking, bro. Bird cursing
Like,
y'all
I'm
out
just
right
saying,
now.
what?
Bird cursing y'all the fuck out right now.
What Gelato 33 talking about over there, man?
Bird say he'll take all three of you right now at the ATF. But all three of your asses. That show you the fucking the best of the motherfucking 80s.
He should have bust Magic ass.
He did bust Magic ass.
He did.
He did.
Once.
He did.
Well, who leads that series?
Don't switch the needle. Don't move the needle. Don't move the needle. Don't move the needle. Don't move the needle. You say he should have bust Magic ass. He did. Don't move the needle no more. So that the needle stops right there, Boo Up.
Yeah, it stay right there, but
right there, Boo Up.
Magic moves more because he beat.
No, he don't.
Yeah, it moves more.
Yeah. I know it hurts.
3-time NBA champ, 2-time NBA Finals MVP,
I know it hurts.
3-time NBA MVP, 9-time NBA All-Star, 9-time All-NBA First Team, 1980 Rookie of the Year. That's Larry.
Don't worry, they trolling. They know
5-time NBA champ, 3-time NBA Finals MVP, 2-time NBA MVP, 7-time All-NBA First Team, 9-time NBA All-Star.
Not only did he get them
Magic
2 out of 3 times,
Johnson.
Most rings in that decade. Like, it's nothing to talk about. Magic Johnson.
It's really not Boo Up. Like,
we talking about best player of the decade, not the team helping him win rings. Come on, yeah, Kareem.
Magic. Let's not talk about the
best player of the 90s.
Let's not talk about the best. Come on, this is
best player of the 90s.
This is so difficult to say. I don't know. Who could it be?
I'm going Hakeem Olajuwon since we're doing that.
Oh my God.
Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do.
That's just filthy.
Hey, you do what you want to do, Troy. You know. I know it hurt though.
Stay strong.
It don't. It don't hurt. It don't hurt at all. It don't hurt at all, boy. I know who the GOAT is.
MJ.
Nah, it's Larry Bird. 2000.
Well, here we go.
It's an interesting one, but it's easy for me.
I want you guys to answer, and then I'm gonna tell you how this thing that I'm looking at broke it down. So who you got as the best player of the 2000s?
Kobe.
The Bean.
Kobe.
The Bean.
The only other name respectable is 2 though. I'll say Shaq and Tim Duncan. They close seconds.
Yep.
They close seconds.
Wait. I might go with Tim. It gotta be Kobe. It's Kobe.
Moolish, you going Kobe too?
The Bean.
All right, so the way they got it is 2000 to 2003 Shaq, and then 2003 to 2010 Kobe. All right, who best player 2010s? LeBron James.
I don't know, man.
Ain't even nothing to talk about. This got easy fast.
I mean, who won the most titles in the 2010s? Since we're using that logic for Magic.
LeBron James.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
LeBron James.
Steph
LeBron
Curry.
James.
Steph
LeBron
Curry.
James.
Steph
No.
Curry. Steph
LeBron.
Curry. Steph Curry.
LeBron.
Steph Curry has the same amount of rings and less attempts.
No. You said
Right?
the 2010s. Did you say the 2010s or not?
Right.
All right, let's not move the goalpost, please.
Oh yeah, he has one in 2020s. Might be.
Yeah.
Might be. He still had 3.
Right.
Right.
And LeBron had 4.
Right. No, LeBron got his in 2020, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think that was last one, 2020.
It's 2020.
LeBron James.
That's how that still works for the.
But the
2020,
difference is LeBron got 4 Finals MVPs too.
Yeah, 4 Finals.
That's
MVPs,
true.
4
That's true.
4 MVPs. Like what? 3? No, you got 3. Yeah. 3.
Curry, hey, I'm using the TikTokers logic here, Theo. Curry still finished more in the finals. He got a better record in the finals than LeBron James.
Yeah, that's nice.
Didn't LeBron get a gold medal in the Olympics?
I don't care about his gold medal. Steph Curry holds the record in every 3-pointer contest. Everything 3-pointer. Steph Curry holds it.
Hey, LeBron James got a Kid Choice Award from Nickelodeon.
I don't care. Steph Curry got slimed.
Not the Kids' Choice Award.
Steph Curry got slimed. I don't care. Like this is
Not
how you
the
guys
Kids'
sound on
Choice
TikTok,
Award.
bro. This
He
how
said
they sound on
LeBron
TikTok.
James got the orange blimp in his trophy case, man.
Fucking, I don't care.
Said Steph ain't
Curry
got
was
one of
on
those, man. Stop playing.
What's that damn old show? Tribe, dude. The damn what's that damn show with the big ass fucking face guy? I forget the name of that fucking show. It's like a game show for kids. I forget. But yeah, that's what you guys on TikTok sound like, bro. You just make up anything, you say anything, bro. That's just what it is.
But who gonna be the best player of the 2020s?
You actually might do.
Best player of the 2020s, Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum or Luka?
No, don't leave Giannis out of there. Don't leave Giannis.
Giannis
Giannis
too.
Giannis or Jokic?
No, I think it's a
Jokic.
4-man race. I don't think it's very close. I think it's a 4-man race.
2-man race.
Because if you look, then if it's not a 4, it's a 3-man, and you got to throw Luka in it.
I might throw Luka in it.
You just off of how to the regard that they hold Luka, and his game backs it up.
I might throw Luka in it.
His team success don't back it up, but his game backs it up.
I can respect why somebody want to say Luka, but I just think the way Giannis and Jokic, I think they both have. Well, Jokic has obviously.
You got people out here discrediting Jokic now. I was the first one to do that. Now you got people out here discrediting.
I'm saying it right now.
Giannis got the playoff success to go with it, bro.
I'm saying it right now, bro. Like,
not you, boo. I'm just saying, as you were saying that, some things popped in my head of other people out there, discrediting Giannis. I mean, Joker. When I was the first one to do that, I'm just. I was the first.
I don't know why anybody would discredit Joker right now. Joker right now, to me.
Not right now. This was last year. But they're discrediting him right now. Go ahead.
But even in the last 3 years, it's hard to say that he has not been arguably the best or second best player in the world. Like the last 3 years.
So to me, it's kind of close for the regular season, but the playoff success pushed Giannis over the top.
Oh yeah. I agree. I got it.
And that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Boo, I was going to say with Luka, why he couldn't put Luka in it, because Luka's playoff success isn't really when it comes crunch time, he doesn't really get what or does what he needs to do.
That's why I put Tatum up there.
I don't really have him because of that. Because again, like I believe that you do need to have a better team for him to get over that true hump. Because I never had him winning the title, not this year, not last year. So it's not like I can hold him personally against, what I'm saying? I can't hold that against him personally because I don't view his team as championship level. But if he would have had an MVP or something like that right now, I could almost kind of throw him in there because like he'd be somewhat as accomplished. Like he has something those other guys do have. Like, you know what I'm saying? But right now is why I definitely can't put him in there, just like I can't put Tatum in there either. Like you need the hardware. Like Jokic, he's on the on the pace to win his third MVP straight. Like he will be viewed, like, let alone best player of the decade. Clearly he's gonna be one of the best players of all time. You know what I'm saying? So that's just already right now.
I don't see it like that, but I can respect you seeing it like that.
Yeah, only reason why
I'm not
I
mad
can't say that is because of the playoff success. And Tatum at a young age, or just at a young age, has had that type of playoff success, and he's been balling in the playoffs while he's been doing it. Yeah, he doesn't have the hardware to necessarily back it up, but he's had his team in multiple positions to either win a championship or advance to a championship. So that's the reason why I would elevate him over like a Luka. I wouldn't say over a Jokic just yet, but I feel like you have to add Tatum to that conversation.
See, I'm fine with it being Giannis because you know me. I think Embiid's better than Joker, but yeah. So I'll take Giannis as the best. I take Giannis as the best 2020 decade player.
Yeah, why you say stuff like this, Troy?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I knew it.
Why you think Embiid is better than Jokic?
I just think as a center, Embiid's the best center in the game.
Oh, okay, my bad. I kind of remember.
Yeah, we had this conversation. Theo.
Yeah. I still don't get it, but hey,
it's fine. It's not. Hey, not all opinions is for people to get. It's just my opinion. That's all. Not a fact. It's not a fact. It's just Troy opinion.
Okay.
I'm taking
it. You usually have more, details. You can't even.
But no, Theo stopped me. Theo stopped because he said he remembered the conversation we had. I don't need to explain it. I didn't explain my Embiid over. I know. I know you want me to explain it right now.
I'm saying, this conversation was 6 months ago, Troy.
Right, and I still feel the same. Nah. I'm not. Ain't no change in my mind. There ain't no change in my mind.
But go ahead. Tell Boo why.
Now, Boo Wop know why. We had this conversation. Boo Wop, I don't know. Boo Wop been gone for a minute, but
we had this conversation, but I'm just saying, like, it never like truly made sense to me. It just was more like I just think you personally like Embiid.
I just think
basketball style. Like you knocked Jokic for being a passing center.
I don't knock him for being a passer. Y'all need to stop doing that. Just because I say I would not prefer his passing skills.
Just a little bit.
I don't. I say I do not prefer my big man to pass. That's not me knocking Joker. I also say that if you want your big man to pass, then you can have that. That's me saying I'm cool with him being that type of player. I just don't want to build my team around him. That's not me knocking Joker. If y'all take that as me knocking him, then damn, when I start knocking him, y'all gonna think I'm stabbing him with a fucking knife.
It's a little bit of knockage.
Y'all gonna think I'm stabbing a man with a knife when I really start knocking him.
No, it's just your preference, though. It's your preference, though.
No, 100%.
Like your bigs to pass. He's a good passer.
No, 100%. He's a great passer. He's a great passer. But now you got people putting him in conversations with John Stockton and Steve Nash.
He don't turn the ball over like Jokic. Jokic turned that thing over, boy. He turned that thing over.
I don't know. I don't know if he's that great of a passer. I don't know.
Jokic is clearly going to be a top 20 passer of all time. Clearly, like he's a great passer. Great passer.
For him to pass so much, he don't turn it over as much as Embiid.
Oh, that's right. Mooley did have something to drop. Thank you, Zamar. That's why I love you. But go ahead, Theo. Finish what you saying.
Zamar is here?
Yeah, Zamar came in the chat. But go ahead, Theo. You say something.
No, I said as much as Jokic play makes for his team, Embiid.
Yes. Another one. Well, Theo's in Germany, so that's why he's freezing. It happens. StreamYard is kind of iffy when it comes to like overseas. So give Theo a second; he will finish his thought process. But Zamar, how are you, man? Good to have you in the chat.
What's up, Zamar?
Shout out to the chat. If you stopping in, man, don't forget to hit that like button. If you ain't subscribed,
comment, subscribe.
Theo is back.
The amount of excitement you have when my screen freezes is crazy.
You don't know. It's the old you, bro. It's like I got the full effect Theo back, bro. You don't understand. I missed you, man.
My screen freezes, but I can see y'all for like 5 seconds to talking. Nah,
Woo!
listen though, you having Jokic and being in front of Jokic is crazy. Your logic is your preference. I have no problem with that. It's just how you are, Troy. You
We
think
all
Larry
have-
Bird better than Magic? You still think Larry Bird better than Magic? It's just what you.
No, I think truly, I think Magic and Bird is on the same level. I don't think one is better than the other. I think, yeah, Magic had more team success. With I think Magic had the better team, and I always say that Magic had the better team. Yes, Bird had McHale and Parrish, but I think Magic overall had a better team than Bird. That's why he was able to go on and have that. Yeah, that's why you can go and say that he had that, that much success. I don't take nothing away from Magic, and I never would be like, when I rank him, do I put Bird in front of Magic? Oh, hell yeah, I put Bird in front of Magic. I just think his impact, his part of the impact, because like if you remember the league around then, they were tired of seeing all the black people. Like they were tired of seeing all these black players, and Bird came in and changed that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was big for that time. And it was like without Magic being there, Bird couldn't have changed it. But without Magic being, Bird being that type of player he was, like any old white boy couldn't have came along and changed the ratings or stopped the NBA from losing a lot of viewership. Bird was that guy. So I hold that to a high standard. I hold Bird Magic to that same standard. That's why when everybody be like, oh, Magic did this, I'd be like, yo, don't leave Bird out of that. Or when people be like, Bird did, don't leave Magic out of that, because they were one and the same for the league. They both needed each other to get that, to make the league into what it was. So I will always give Magic his props, whether you have Magic in front of Bird or not. I would never dispute that, but I have Bird in front of Magic. But yeah, offer of Embiid and Joker, yeah, it's preference for me. Joker is a top 5 player in the league. I don't know where you will rank him. He is top 5. But to me, as a center, I will put Embiid in front of him.
Okay.
But why you can't do like okay, you keep saying as a center, as if it pertains to them as basketball players. Who's the better player right now to you?
Who's playing better? Joker.
Who's the better basketball player?
Embiid.
All right,
Embiid. Motherfucker, what? Embiid.
All right. All right,
Nigga been on a nasty tier. Y'all act like he ain't doing his thing over there with the 76ers. Like he not on the same par as this dude. Yeah, he can't pass the ball, but he does everything else on the floor. He plays defense. He can score the ball. He can set his teammates up a little bit. No, not like Jokers. He ain't throwing behind the back passes on the leg, wrapped around the fucking
Embiid is weak. Like what you said about what you just said about Jokic. You said he's a top 5 player. I don't know where you would rank him. That's some shit I say about Embiid. See, I don't say that about Joker though.
That's fine.
Say that about Joker.
That's fine.
I think he's arguably the best player in the world. Like he's that to me. I ain't never thought for 1 second that Embiid was arguably the best player in the world. Not for 1 second. Not 1 second.
I think unarguably, Embiid is the best center in the game.
Unarguably is crazy.
Unarguably.
Crazy.
All right?
That's crazy.
Unarguably. You feel me? Unarguably, Embiid is the best center in the game. That's all I know. Now,
So you got a cup or something over there?
Nah, nigga, I got water.
You drinking?
Nah, I'm chilling. I had an Italian icy.
Embiid is the best player, best center in the world is crazy.
I said the best center in the league, not in the world.
That's
same thing.
Same thing, Troy.
Hey, Embiid is the best center in the world. You heard it here first.
You should clip that and put it on TikTok.
I will. There's plenty of my Embiid takes on TikTok. There's plenty of them on TikTok.
Absolutely.
Y'all getting this recency bias, like, okay.
What recency bias?
Recency bias.
With who?
You know, with everybody. Everybody. As soon as the player have a good week, oh, this guy's the next coming.
2 years, going on 3 years straight of this.
2 years, going on 3 years. Listen, I'm a 5-year guy, bro. I'm a 5-year guy. All right.
Well, you know that we should be talking about Embiid then.
Yeah, I take those injured seasons into account.
Oh, right.
Now, hold on, Buwak. Hold on. Now, do you guys see? Do you see what you motherfuckers do on TikTok? What I just did to Buwak is what you motherfuckers do, right? You say shit with no fucking context behind it. All right, I'm sorry, boo. I had to troll you real quick, but I wanted to make a point. But I think Embiid is the best center in the game. But I don't knock Jokic for anything. I just don't want my big man passing the ball. That's not me knocking him. He can do whatever the fuck he
Look,
wants.
Embiid averaging 33 points a game.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah.
He leading the league in scoring, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. What's his defensive rating? I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Again, nobody again is saying he's playing bad at all.
I don't.
He's
I know, but I'm not
playing bad.
saying nobody said that he was playing good. I'm not saying that. We're just talking about
Right.
if I
But
had
when
to choose one, who are you going to choose? I never talk about in this conversation. I never go, who's the best in the league. I always go which one I preferred.
Don't you think as good as Embiid is as an individual basketball player with the teams that he's had, don't you think he should have made one conference championship by now?
Now, are we taking in full context, or are we just taking in the player that he is and what you just said? Are we taking in full context of what actually happened and why he did not make them? Or are we just saying, as the type of caliber player he is, should he have made one?
Take it however you need to take it, Troy, to fit your narrative right now.
No, it's not my narrative. I want you to clarify so I can answer your question.
I gave you the context. Basically, we know he's been on some good teams, right? Pretty good teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to say that they necessarily were. I mean, most people did, though, say they was championship contending type teams.
Mm-hmm. That was the talk around them, especially when Jimmy Butler was there.
So for them to not make a conference finals, him as good as he is versus Jokic have made one as the best player on this team. Now, granted, he hasn't duplicated that success again, but in the process, won back-to-back MVPs without.
Stole one from Embiid.
Embiid got hurt down the stretch.
Arguably two. Go ahead.
And again, it ain't stealing nothing when you deserve to win something. He deserved to be the MVP.
Mulich, were you not part of those conversations where we was like, Nash stole it away from Tim. He took it from Kobe. He took it from Brown. Should have won it that year.
I don't feel that way though, Troy. Like if I've never said Steve Nash stole an MVP from Kobe. Never.
I did.
You can say it if you want to, then that's fine. But there's context behind why Steve Nash won, and you can't deny.
And there's context behind why Kobe should have won, or why anybody else could have won it. Like, no, I get what you're saying.
It was just not. It was an unpopular. If you're going to give an the MVP, it just was not part of the NBA history.
Oh, 100%. I get you there. But if you're trying to convince me or let me know what Jokic resume is and what he has done, I know all of that. Like, it still does not move me. It's not like I'm moving him down. No, he's still a top 5, top 10 player in the league. I'm not taking nothing away from him.
It's ridiculous.
It's a top 5, top 10 player in the league. In order to get into the top 5, you got to be in the top 10.
But
what are we doing? Do you know how to use numbers?
He skipped that line a long time ago. He's been in a top 5 player these last 3 years easily. So is Embiid. Not always. For sure, these last 2 years. I mean, these last 3 years, I get that for sure.
Yeah, I think they both have had the same amount of time to being successful, and I'm not mad at nobody.
But the thing about
if they take Joker, I'm not mad at nobody if they take Joker. Just because I want Embiid doesn't mean I need to. I'm going to sit here and be like, oh, why are you choosing Joker? Like, why? Because he passed me. I don't do that. I'm saying I just don't want my big man to take that role on my team.
That sounds like a knock, Troy.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. It's not. I'm clarifying that it's not a knock. It's just I don't care if you guys want him. I don't care if you do it. But if I'm the way I look at it is, if I'm building a team, who I'm taking Embiid as my center.
But is it not a fact?
Like at that position, I want Embiid. He's not a pure center, but at that position, I want Embiid. I mean, look, real quick. It's not as crazy as Zamar is saying DeMarcus Cousins is the greatest center of all time. All right?
Yeah, that's wild.
Yo, you know what? In the playoffs, who you taking, Troy?
I'll go with you. I'll take Joker right now at this moment in the playoffs has shown more in the playoffs than Embiid. I will give Boo-Wop and you that. I will not take that away from him. But I also think that the camaraderie or whatever you want to call it with the Nuggets is more with the 76ers because they had shit going on in their front office that affected their team from Jump Street. And that goes into it too. If you got a lot of noise, you got a lot. No, 100%. But that doesn't mean he's not affected by it. That doesn't mean Embiid's not affected, just like it didn't mean Ben Simmons wasn't affected by it. Ben Simmons was shortly affected by that shit. That's what I'm saying. Embiid is probably shortly affected by that shit too. All that turmoil gets in the way, bro. You're not going to win the championship with all this other shit going on around you. Like, yes, some greats can do it, but you're talking about other greats being in the league at the same time you're in the league, or other great players being in the league at the same time. And they also have really good fucking teams too. So it's like if you don't get your shit together and you're not focused, guess what? If they got their shit together, they're focused, they're a really good fucking team. They're going to walk right by you. And we see that with the Heat. The Heat, I wouldn't say the Heat were, I mean, you could say the Heat on paper could have been a better team than the 76ers last year with James Harden on that team if James Harden was healthy. But I don't think that, I think everybody thought the 76ers was going to go in there and beat them in a 6-7 game series.
I didn't.
I thought Toronto was gonna beat them.
You thought who? Toronto? I thought Toronto was gonna come back and beat the 76ers too. But that's just because the shooting aspect of Seth being going, all that stuff goes into it. You could say, okay, I don't think they're gonna win this year because new pieces, James Harden's not fully healthy, and Embiid's basically by himself. Like, and you can say the same thing, but like Ben did in last year with the Hawks series. There was shit that Embiid did. There was shit that Ben did. There was shit that other players did that goes into them not getting to the next round. Also, there are other players that peaked in that time of when Embiid was supposed to have his run or should have got to at least one of them. I get it because Jason Tatum, my guy, right there, dunking on LeBron. He has been to three or four Eastern Conference finals. So
so you think the Hawks series? You don't think Embiid had any kind of fault in it?
No, 100%. That's why I said Ben did his shit. Embiid did his shit. Other players did their shit. All that shit went into them losing. It wasn't just Ben.
How much fault y'all giving Ben? I mean, Embiid. If you had to cut a piece of that pie of the fault, how much are you gonna give Embiid? I think he averaged 30 and 10 in that series on the torn meniscus.
Yeah, I mean, you could say he averaged 30 and 10, but how impactful was it? It was
very impactful. It was a 7-game series. It was very impactful.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you that the all NBA player on that team, Ben Simmons, didn't average more than 10 points in that series.
Right, but that's not the only aspect that went into it.
That's a big aspect, though, Troy.
Yes.
Like, if you cannot play that bad, and then I play this good, like, you got to take a lot of that. Like, when you underperform, you have to take a lot.
So how much of that pie goes to coaching?
I'm gonna give you my standpoint. I'm gonna give you my coaching standpoint, right? Embiid
that's right. Theo was a coach too.
Embiid played terrible defense that whole series to me. If I'm looking at it, the defense assignments, he's played terrible defense. He sagged down too much on Trae Young, who all Trae Young did at that time was drive pass, get to the mid-range, and throw a lob. And Embiid was in no man's land. To me, he turned the ball over way too much in critical times to me.
That's true.
Go ask Ben Simmons what Joel Embiid did in that series that in his mind could have gave Joel Embiid a piece of that pie. Because I bet you Ben could tell you things and point out things that just wasn't him.
Ben Simmons.
Hey, listen, that's your agenda, not mine. Just because y'all feel away about Ben don't mean I got to feel away about Ben.
I'm not caping for this man.
I'm not caping for him either. Nobody's caping for him.
Ben Simmons about that. I think Ben Simmons and MB deserve an equal part of the
blame.
Doc Rivers
deserved, yes, a 50%, and I'll give 25 and 25 to the players. You take 25 whichever way and give 50% to coaching. Because no matter what it is, if you know Ben's your weakest player, then put your players in a better position to fucking win the game. It's not just on the players, too. That's why a coach is there to make adjustments. Did Doc make adjustments? Well, no, he did.
He's a terrible coach. He's not a terrible coach. He's a terrible situational coach in situations.
Don't just act like it was all Ben's fault. They didn't get to 7 games with it all being Ben's fault. Like, Ben had to do something. He played defense somewhere. He did something somewhere.
I say it's 50-50. I think he played great, and I think he played great to have a torn meniscus. I think he pushed through the pain. but I think it also hurt the team a little bit. I think Doc made terrible decisions as far as they asked him, I think it was game 4 or 5, they said, hey, do you want to put Ben on the bench in those crucial situations? He was like, nah, he won't play. And then after the series, he says, hey, some guys I don't trust out there. You know what I mean? He's basically telling Ben, like, yo, I don't trust you as my point guard at this situation. And then he put him in that situation. Like, what you want to do? What you want? Which one do you want?
That's a good point.
But final thoughts. I gotta go to get my kids. Final thoughts, moving.
Final thoughts, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all follow the sports TikToks, follow the sports Twitter, Sports Maru FTSL. Little spicy take before we get the dip out of here, before you guys to go ahead and sit and resonate on. LeBron's gonna be a Warrior by the summer. Just wanted to let you guys know it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Yep. Come on the screen, boo. Yeah, it's gonna happen. I want you to come on the screen for that. Yeah, because it's gonna happen.
Right, bro.
Yep, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I want everybody to know. Just go ahead and sit and resonate on that
why
just a little
be
bit.
Fourth on my list, right?
That
The journeys, man. The journey.
that's fine.
Man,
But I just want y'all to know. I want everybody out there to know LeBron will be a Warrior before his career is over.
I write that down.
I don't even
January
got a final thought
17th.
after what I just heard.
Final thoughts, Theo.
Let me see. Man, y'all follow, like, subscribe. You know, it's a good time talking with you boys,
When
man.
we getting you back, Theo? I think that's a better question than the final.
Man, listen, man, I'm on a whole different time schedule than
Yeah,
y'all,
I
man.
know you.
My man on the other side of the world, okay?
On the other side of the world, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in my sunroom right now doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey,
I don't know. Just hit me up, bro. Like, when
I got you.
Hey,
I'll hit you. Let me know when we get on the Monday show, because that's when we do basketball. I don't want to put you on a football show and put you out of your
don't
element.
put me on that shit, man.
Yeah, you just standing there, freezing
Y'all
on
still
the
be watching
screen.
football,
Enjoyment.
Y'all still be watching football?
Yeah.
I'm watching football right now, big dog. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
I see you got a big Raider thing in the back of you, so I know you watching football.
Hey, Eli, right somewhere over there. David Tyrese is behind there somewhere too. But yeah, man, thank you for catching that.